want some, but you ain't bad enough, so you can't take none. I'm Big Snoop Dogg, and I'm the only one. And when it comes to Madden, all y'all fools my sons. Bag up off me and watch you lose. Snoop Dogg is on the mic, I'm giving Madden blues. And if you choose to run up on me, you gon' get laid out so fast. Cause I can get you with the run or I can hit you with the pass. I can't be touched and I can't be schemed. Roll you when I'm in a mud league. 2-0, 2-0, Madden time on you suckers. Y'all can't get close, so why you wanna touch us? Cause my team is so hard, my team is legit. Madden 20, Snoop Dogg is, now get it. Big Snoop Dogg, it's in the game.
S-T-R-O. Yeah.
How many of y'all came to win?
Oh, they asking my name, huh?
You ready?
S-T-R-O. I ain't come to play with you.
Yeah.
Life challenging, but I wouldn't trade with you.
trade.
It's early, I'm up.
Yeah.
I can't spend the day with you. I'm out of my business. I ain't getting paid with you. My color bright.
Yep.
I ain't finna fade with you. Man, I gotta come clean like I made with you. I've been on my everybody drop when I drop. Look at shorty, she support ride. Lifting up, never not on my grind. New York City time, another brother better, you will never find. I've been in my bag like groceries. Competition shouldn't take shots, take notes, please. Reporting live from the winning side. Ready to try, keep a different vibe. Is you down the ride, never tired. You will never know, you ain't never tried. Work it out, hit the gym, hit the field. Hey yo, I need that. Big chips, man, I need that. Hustle hard, on the job, you can see that. On my head is real good, we don't need your feedback. They clear the way with my crew coming through. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Now what I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Yeah, beats, leave it in the street, case on the news.
What I do? Lace up my shoes, chase W's. Great colored coops. Oh no, I can't be number 2. MVP the league most valuable. They sweet as apple juice. Talking trophies, I done grabbed a few. Can't match this attitude. I wear my heart on my sleeve, please.
Coach, thank you. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League takes us to the Queen City of Cincinnati and Paul Brown Stadium right on the banks of the Ohio River. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Cleveland Browns and the Cincinnati Bengals. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Brought in here by Tyler Eifert. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Big yardage after the catch. That one winds up going for 36.
First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for first and 10. Now a first carry for Giovanni Bernard. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
Second and 11. Green brings it in. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
He'll look to throw. He's got his man, Boyd. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 12-yard line. Pretty solid start for the rookie here on this first drive, Charles.
Able to have some confidence, stepping back into the pocket, move around a little bit, find open receivers, and deliver. That just means his confidence is going to continue to grow because he's getting more and more comfortable with each completed pass.
On first down, Bernard. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. Defensively, Harrison Phillips there to stop him.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, 3rd down.
Used to have a coach who used to tell us all the time, those scouting reports aren't just to use up paper, guys. Well, nowadays, you know, we're watching a computer screen, right? They scouted this team very well. Know that they like to use the running backs in the passing game. They covered that play successfully.
An incomplete pass on 2nd down. That muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. Now back to throw. He gets this one to Boyd. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th. They just do get the play off as he'll look to throw. That's going to be caught by Ross for a Bengal touchdown. John Ross with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Bengals take it right down and score on the opening drive. Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. And he's got it to make it 7-0 Bengals. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. from the shotgun. It's Mayfield. And he's got the hook up to Landry. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series. Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Counting down toward the midway point in quarter one.
X3, 218, top.
Looking to throw again on second down. Mayfield. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, third down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6.
Watch the right. Watch the out. Watch the out. Let's 57. Come on. Try to do better. Come on, QB. Come on. Hey, alert 33. 57. Mike, 57.
They'll throw again. Here's Mayfield. Well, the two men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
Ross on the return. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. Now, they'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in the 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say when you're running the big-time races. It means they get out to a fast start. They're setting the pace, making the other team chase now.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. 2nd and 13. He's going to have the hook up to Ross. And he's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
3rd and 9.
And for the Browns, a nickel set here on 3rd down.
48 Mike. 48 Mike. Target.
They'll look to throw. He's got his man here. It's Green. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Now they stopped him shy of the marker, thought they were bringing up 4th down, and then that penalty.
Let's face it, they thought they had bent, but could absorb that, right? Instead, they broke as a result of their own penalty.
A bad time for a roughing penalty, and they get the gift of a 1st and 10. Here's Bernard. Denzel Ward, the number 4 pick in the 2018 draft, making the tackle from his corner spot.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Here we go, D. Here I come.
Now a toss play to Bernard. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of the yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another 1st down with that run.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up 2nd down.
And while he did a good job of sliding around in the pocket, there was nowhere to go with the football, so he had to take off and try and run. He just got back to the line of scrimmage, no gain.
Let's go now. Now the whoop. 48 right now. Let's go. Hey, we're pretty quiet, D. We're pretty quiet. Don't. 48. Mike, 48.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. He completes it to Boyd. And they're going to have another 1st down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 20-yard line.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Set, ready. Henry. Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. And watch that.
They'll run on 1st down. Bernard. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. Bear in mind, that wasn't a big lineman back there for the tackle for loss. That was a cornerback.
So are you saying the myth has been shattered? That all of them are not just cover corners? Some of them actually will stick their nose in and tackle when necessary? That's what we just saw, isn't it?
A small bit of adversity here on what's been a strong drive as they come up 2nd and 12. Here we go on 2nd and 12. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Myles Garrett in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year.
Brings up 3rd down.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Browns, nothing.
First and 2nd down were a disaster. Both went backwards. Now it's 3rd and 18. They need something big. They'll set up to throw. On the screen, Bernard. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Giovanni Bernard, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bengals, they widen their lead. So a nice touchdown pass for the rookie there. And, you know, as they go down the stretch, look, they're not a playoff team. This is just confidence building and growth time for him, right?
Yeah, it's a game within the game, isn't it? Because every team wants to win all games on their schedule. but the development of this rookie quarterback is paramount for this team. So you're exactly right. Every rep, doesn't matter what the game, what the situation, what the score, valuable for him, valuable for his team as they look towards next year.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
At their own 25-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Carl Lawson in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down.
52, Mike, 52. 6 man. Check curls, check curls, check curls. Check 52 is the mark. 52.
Here's Mayfield. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up third. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on first down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. From the gun, Mayfield. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. Geno Atkins, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. Here's Sam Martin now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. Now here's Ross. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Bengals drive about to get going. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, they could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Hey, come on now, come on now. Slam, slam. 61. Let's walk.
The setup, a throw. Throwing the out route, incomplete. It's Boyd. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. The reception good for 7. It's third down.
3rd and
3. 2 minutes gone by, second quarter.
I got one. 53 is the mic. 53 is the mic. Cut.
Back to throw here. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away.
The Browns take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. Mayfield hands it off to Chubb, and they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Mayfield now. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. Geno Atkins in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been under constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long.
50 seconds to Mike. You ain't going nowhere.
Mayfield to throw it. He'll get this one complete to Zay Jones. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A gain there of 21 yards.
And the Browns first down.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
You can't block me. You can't block me.
A run for Nick Chubb. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It's a gain of 10, and the Browns are going to get a first down.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Mayfield looks to throw. They set up the screen to Chubb. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. And now timeout is whistled as it appears there's a Brown shaken up on the play. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11.
Hey, Mike 52. Mike 52. Here I come. Pistol. Mike 52.
Now Mayfield. That is caught by the former Gator Antonio Callaway. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 31-yard line.
First down, Browns.
Mayfield on first down. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10. They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 14 yards, and it's a Cleveland first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
A first red zone opportunity for the Browns thus far. They come up 1st and 10 at the 16. They stick to the ground game on first down. It's Williams. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. They'll run it with Williams. And they'll get him down right around the 16. A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
And a nickel look here for the Bengals as they try to defend this on 3rd.
It's going to be a long day, offense. It's going to be a long day.
Working out of the gun, Mayfield. And that will be incomplete. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
And they're not going to get the kick off in time. That's going to set them back 5 yards. Now Chandler Catanzaro for the field goal here. This will be, let's see, 38 yards out. Catanzaro's kick is good. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. Now, that's something of a pick-me-up. The offense certainly has struggled, but they do get the field goal before half to put 3 on the board.
Yeah, you don't want to be shut out, but let's face it. Those 3 points, that's not going to solve all their problems either.
Now it's Martin to do the honors after the made field goal. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
So this helps to start a drive. After the penalty, it'll be 1st and 5. They're going to look to throw. Out to his left. And nearly picked off. Surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but it does get away and it's 2nd down. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down.
Coming to you. 53 is the mic. 53 is the mic. Echo, echo.
2nd and 5. And he comes back with one complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first. We've got a 14-3 ball game with 2 minutes left in the opening half. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 12 yards that time, and a Cincinnati 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Mike 53. Let's get the ball.
They'll run it here with Bernard. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. On 2nd down now, Bernard. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. A Bengal 1st down on the 16-yard pickup there.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
At the 23-yard line.
Ready. Go to bed. Hey, watch the slant. Watch the slant.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. The Bengals going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. So not quite a 1st down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard. 2nd down and inches. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. Play number 7 coming on this drive. It's 3rd and inches.
Watch twist. Watch twist.
He'll drop to throw. He's got his man, Boyd. And he gets the first down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 6-yard line.
They'll look to throw again. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Yeah, baby. Yeah.
It's 2nd and goal at the 6-yard line.
They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now.
Hey, we got 4. We got 4 down. 4 down. Off.
2nd and 6. Green's open, and he's got it for a Bengal touchdown. A.J. Green in the final seconds of the first half. And the Bengals, they widen their lead. Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. And it's 21-3. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will
pressure comes, and down goes Baker Mayfield. So we've reached halftime here in the Queen City, and it's the Bengals leading this one. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
I got you, boy. I got you, boy. Cheers! Hey, Mike 52.
Back to the ground. This time it's Chubb. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral, also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down.
Watch the boot.
To throw, Mayfield. He'll buy some time right. Going deep here for Landry. This is caught inside the 15. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. Only took him 3 plays, and they're already in the red zone, just like that. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
No, check that. We want Mike.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. From 13 yards out. And the Browns make some inroads here on that deficit. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there's an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. The third quarter has not been kind to them after they built that lead at intermission. They've seen that lead shrink.
And how much of that is simply execution? How much of that is maybe you lose your edge a little bit because you've got a lead? And you do have to credit the other team some because they've made some adjustments to start to slow them down. Can they find those counters now, those extra plays or plays they haven't run that'll be effective and get them back moving again?
They'll be looking for something here, anything to seize that momentum back. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. 2nd and 9 now. He's going to air it out deep for Green. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee.
Let's go.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Now Bernard. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. Sheldon Richardson there to make the play. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Watch the screen. Watch the play.
On the toss, Bernard. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down. It looks like a nickel set now for the Browns on 3rd down.
Here we go. Mike, 48. Mike. We own them. Check.
Play clock down to 2, and we get a signal and a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. And this one is no good. He missed it. And this score will stay right where it is.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
The Browns drive about to get started. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Big yardage there for the Browns, 18.
1st down, Browns.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Alert! Let's put that team on the bus.
Chubb works his way inside the 30 on a pickup of 4.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
2nd and 6 at the 29-yard line.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. And again, it's Chubb. And only able to muster a couple down to about the 27.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Back two to Mike. Mike back two. Mike back two. Let's go defense. Let's go defense.
From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. And he's got the hook up to Landry. And he will have the first down across the 20 to the 19-yard line. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling.
First down, Cleveland.
Good. 180. It's the party now. Run.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's first and goal. A CD a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but, man, his first step is so quick, too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
They'll run with Chubb. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2. Looking at this now, you got a couple more cracks here this close. Sneak it.
I don't think you even go into a huddle. Just line up, snap it, and fall in behind those guys into the end zone.
From the 2 now, second and goal.
And we got to get to the ball, team. We got to get to the ball. Let's keep moving. 25. Check 25. Check 25.
A toss play to Chubb. And he'll barrel his way into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Nick Chubb, his 19th touchdown now on the season, as his guys are back within a single score. So up comes Mayfield as his guys will go for 2.
Pull it together. Check.
Here's Chubb to try to run it in. But he will find the end zone again. So he gets the touchdown and the 2-point conversion. And that'll cut this deficit down a little bit further. So after the touchdown, Martin now on to kick this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, well, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
They'll get 14 on that one. Good for a Bengal first down.
First down. First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a first and 10. Now a give right side. Bernard. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be second and 6.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
53, Mike, 53. I'm coming. 53 to Mike, 53, check 53. Let's go, tackle. Let's go. We got it.
They'll look to throw here. Green brings it in. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. 7 yards there and a first down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
On first down, Bernard. Tackle made that time by Dalvin Tomlinson.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Now, this will probably be the last play of the quarter. They'll drop to throw. He completes it to Boyd. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. Back now in Cincinnati. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. They'll get this out wide to Boyd. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
At the 40-yard line.
If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up second down. Here we go on 2nd and 12. Gets it to his running back, Bernard. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 20-yard line.
And this is why trying to cover the angle route is so difficult. Anyone playing the linebacker position, when they see a running back out of the backfield widen, because he heads towards the flat first, oftentimes you widen too much and overcommit. He cuts up inside, and that's what we saw there. A nice pickup for a first down.
They'll run on first down. Bernard. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. 12 more yards there and another first down. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Looking for Boyd, and he's got him. Touchdown, Bengals. Tyler Boyd with touchdown number 7 on the year. Now the Bengals, they widen their lead. They have to love seeing that from their young quarterback here in the fourth quarter, able to further that lead with a touchdown pass.
He didn't go turtle, did he? And you know what I mean by that. I had an old coach used to say all the time, hey, when we have a lead late, don't just tuck in and try and ride it out. Go out and play and extend the lead. And that's what he did.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Charles, this one not over, certainly, but you set the magic number earlier in this game at 20 points, said that they would need to hold them right around that marker under it. What are you seeing here? Well, that number is still in play because we said, okay, 20 or under gives them a chance to win. Right on pace for being in that range. And guess what? They've got a shot. Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at their own 23. Mayfield off the play fake. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. Give him 30 yards there. That's just flat out a beautiful throw right there. It was a rope. That's maybe the speed you would see on a slant, but he threw that downfield with that kind of pace. Now, if he throws that one with any type of arc, puts a little air under it, that play doesn't happen. He had to fire it in there, and he did exactly that. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10.
52's the mark, boys. 52. Strip that ball. Strip that ball.
They run. Chubb. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. Carlos Dunlap, the defensive end, the one to bring him down. What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense. From the 44, Mayfield. He rifles one that's intercepted. William Jackson with a pick. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45. Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games. And now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way. First down, Bernard. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
A loss of 2 brings up 2nd and 12 at the Browns' 46-yard line.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Looking to throw. He gets this one to Boyd. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. That one good for 20 on the catch and run. Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe. This quarterback now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. He'll set up a throw. Steps away to his left. And now he's going to use his legs. The escapability in evidence there is that one good for 15 and a first. All right, partner, I'm a defender, but I've got to express my admiration there. Moving around, making it happen, and instead of worrying about protecting himself, he goes and gets the first down. I've got to give it to him on that one. Normally, you don't want your guy taking shots, your quarterback, but it's winning time here in the 4th quarter. If he needs to make those plays with the legs, go ahead, right? Yeah, no doubt about it. At this stage of the game, all protections, they're off.
Man, I got you. Check. 53's mine. Check. 53's mine. I'm coming. Watch it to 6. Bullet. Half. Watch the ship.
Now back to throw. That's complete. Bernard. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that's going to make it 2nd and 14. 2nd and 14. Flushed out right. And he's going to keep it here. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down.
It's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd and 8.
And the Bengals on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 8. Now a carry for Bernard. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. And his kick is good. And that will stretch the lead up to 13. So they settle for just the 3. But clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt. Obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off. But they still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
That'll be taken in the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now 1st and 10 at their own 24. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. A loss of 2 there. 2nd down. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. From the gun, Mayfield. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down. Mayfield now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Mayfield to throw it. And he's got his man on the crossing route. That's Landry. And he takes this all the way inside the Cincy 20. A big play that time for Cleveland. 43 yards. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Mayfield now looking to throw on 1st down. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Preston Brown, the linebacker.
Obviously disappointing, but you had to go for broke here, down 2 scores. So that forced you to make some throws you definitely wouldn't want to make. And I think this interception is going to pretty much write an end to this one.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And barring mistakes, they should be able to kneel this one out and finish it off. And there's only 1 timeout remaining on the defensive side of the ball, so that doesn't really come into play either. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him in contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that. Super toe.
And we'll see if the defense wants to stop it as they take the knee.
A loss of a yard. It's now 3rd and 13.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Now with the play clock down to 2, we're going to get a timeout here as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Check 50, come on. You remember me? You remember me? Let's go, baby. Mike, 53. 53, Mike. Pick me up. Here we go.
Back to throw. And able to find Green. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Well, some credit there to A.J. Green because he's so tough to cover. Sometimes he causes those penalties.
And he's one of the more difficult guys to cover in the NFL because of his ability to do just about anything on a route. Hard to do. Creates a lot of pass interference calls.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Get that ball.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Myles Garrett, what a season he continues to have. His 15th sack of the campaign. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. They'll look to throw. And this is caught. I think he got that with one hand. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. That'll go as a loss of 5. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
Let him know.
So this one in the win column now for the Cincinnati Bengals, and they were spurred on by a strong performance in that fourth quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the fourth quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through. And they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.
So for the Bengals, the win is their 5th of the year as they move to 5-8. And they'll get another home date next week as the Jaguars will come to town. Meanwhile, for the Browns, they can ill afford to drop too many more as they fall to 7-6 on the year. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.